It doesn't matter what you come here and say that isn't true. It's too important for the games that you're playing, Mr. Kennedy.
I got to tell you, listen,
Senator, can I reply to that?
Senator, Mr. Kennedy, I got questions.
Exactly when did you decide to sell out your life's work and values to get this position?
That's not the question. You and I, you have said
You're asking me, Senator, you're asking me not to sue vaccine pharmaceutical companies. Yeah, you are. That's exactly what you're doing.
Are you supportive of these onesies?
I'm supportive of vaccines.
Are you supportive of this clothing, which is militantly anti-vaccine?
I am supportive of vaccines.
All right, it just got so crazy. Bernie Sanders talking about onesies? That's what's happened at the Senate confirmation hearing today for Trump's HHS nominee, RFK Jr. We give a warm welcome now to physician and senator from Senate Health. He's Senator Roger Marshall. Senator, what happened today? Do you think RFK Jr. gets confirmed? Because it was a crazy day. They went after him over vaccines. He kept saying he does support vaccines.
Well, look, I do think he gets confirmed, but we got some work to do. Listen, that hearing today, the Democrats were like a pack of coyotes that were howling at the moon, but they weren't biting at all. They were focused on one and only one issue, vaccines, and Bobby clearly said that he supports vaccines. That's the only issue they've got. Vaccines make up less than 1% of what HHS needs to do. The focus of HHS should be to make America healthy again, and I feel Bobby Kennedy is uniquely situated to do just that. I can't wait to get to work with him.
You know, but they picked old fights, and he couldn't get his message through. He's not opposed to vaccines. They're picking old fights about fluoride in water, Wi-Fi causing cancer. He's trying to move the health system forward, right? Is that what you tried to hear, or heard, rather?
Yeah, absolutely. I think if you listen to Bobby enough, he'll talk about radical transparency. He just wants parents to know the pros and cons, the risk and benefit of a particular vaccine. Should we take all 60 vaccines at the same time or not? But what we know he really is focused on is making America healthy again. Think about this. If you would consider obesity, diabetes, and heart disease, that composes 80% of the health problems in this nation. The Democrats never talked one time about those issues. Those are the issues that are impacting America's health. Those are what the important issues are to Americans. 20% of our youth are on a prescription drug. How come? Let's try to work on the positive piece of that, which is going to be nutrition and decreasing the toxin exposure. That's what's important.
You know, he also went after Democrat senators, the anti-Trump derangement, stage 4 derangement syndrome. Let's listen to RFK Jr. here fighting with Senator Elizabeth Warren. Watch this.
When I launched my campaign, it was about uniting Americans, Democrats and Republicans. There's no issue that should unite us more than this chronic health epidemic. There's no such thing as Republican children or Democratic children. These are our kids. They used to be my friends, agreed with me on all the environmental issues that I've been working on for my whole career. Now they're against me because anything that President Trump does, any decision he makes, has to be lampooned, derided, discredited, marginalized, vilified.
I want to know if you will commit right now that not only will you not go to work for drug companies, you won't go to work suing the drug companies and taking your rake out of that while you're a secretary and for 4 years after. It's just...
I'll commit to not taking any fees from drug companies while I'm secretary.
No, I'm asking about fees from suing drug companies. Will you agree not to do that?
You're asking me to not sue drug companies.
No.
Senator, you're asking me not to sue pharmaceutical companies. Yeah, you are. That's exactly what you're doing.
Senator Marshall, what happened there? What was going on?
Well, that's a great question, hard to follow. Those are theatrics, a person that wants to get on CNN tonight, that's what that amounts to. But instead of focusing on what are Bobby Kennedy's goals as HHS secretary, that's what I want to focus on, and the Democrats were not willing to listen to. They may disagree with him on 2 or 3 issues, but surely they agree that our children's health, the mental health of children, is an epidemic type of problem right now. I mentioned a third, maybe 40% of youth have type 2 diabetes or they're obese. So it's hard for me to follow that conversation. I don't think it's productive. Certainly the best thing I could explain is just Trump derangement syndrome. That's got to be it.
Senator Marshall, you're terrific. We appreciate you so much spending time with us. Good to see you.